Welcome to the Numerology and the Astrology for February 16th, 2021. If you add all those numbers together, you get the number 14, and if you add the 1 and the 4 together, you get the number 5. The number 5 is a physical earth energy number. It's about the physical body. It's about taking care of your health, eating right, exercising, all of those things to pay attention to. I think taking care of bodies is a complicated thing. I know taking care of my body is a complicated thing because I have a touchy, difficult, challenging body that if you don't listen to it, it kind of yells. So today is a day to remind us to take care of our body and the physical world in which we live, because without the body, none of us would be having this fantastic experience of this moment in time. It is our body that houses our soul, and that is no small feat. Imagine being able to contain the vastness of an infinite soul inside a dense physical body. Whew. Respect for life itself is a significant journey. To be here now in this place is in of itself a small miracle. You are a miracle, and so is everyone else in the world. Respect that. Respect the effort that requires, and know that all that effort is worth it in the end. The astrology today. The moon continues in the sign of Aries, and it may make us impatient, but also willing to pioneer something new forward into this world. There is a great need to find the courage to move into this next phase of existence. We learn to let go more rapidly to those things in our past that do not serve this new time and place. That allows us to connect energetic reserves that bring that spark of hope back with the feeling of enthusiastic necessity. This type of energy and drive increased clarity because we reconnect to what we more deeply want. Excitement is in the air, and new ambitions drive us to take those necessary next steps. Making space and owning what has been distracting us from the obvious helps to reduce tension. It frees up space for choices to become reasonable rather than reactionary. My quote for today: all effort is never a failure. All attempts are not meant to succeed. All things cannot be formed in the manner envisioned, and all outcomes will not feed our ego. End my blog for today. I was going through my file cabinets yesterday. This was in response to going through all the remnants of my uncle's house for the last 3 weeks. I determined not to leave my reality in such a state that others would feel the overwhelming burdens of my past. So in going through all the old papers and files, I began to notice the many things that I have tried, attempted, and put in tremendous effort. I also saw how most of those things did not succeed to a level where they became financially viable or reflected the time and energy they took. While it was disheartening in a moment, it was clear to me that I'm not unusual. Most of what we attempt to do does not pan out the way any of us had hoped or envisioned, yet that does not make those efforts worthless. In my astrology chart, this life was about figuring out how to structure all this powerful, intuitive, and creative energy I acquired in other lifetimes. I was here to learn, to have tremendous attention to detail, perfecting techniques and tools of transformation, and being willing to do whatever it took to manifest patterns that the universe wanted to be explained and expressed. Success was never a guarantee with my chart. Great energy and effort was going to be required. This life was a process to refine the potential I hold into forms that supported the awakening of others' consciousness. I have tried many things, and those things have deeply touched and impacted others in ways that I did not foresee when I chose to implement them. What is clear is that I am the manifestation of a tool for something higher than myself. I am here to implement things beyond this dimension and time. I was sent to this world to figure out how to filter specific things into this reality. It was a task given to me. I was to attempt something and to find a way to refine it into a form that would have an impact. While I have repeatedly failed, I have touched and inspired others to take up the sword. And perhaps they will find pathways that I was unable to discover. Perhaps success when it was never supposed to be mine in the way I envisioned. Perhaps my choices were building blocks for a larger success down the road. None of us can do big things alone. It is healthy for me to take a more significant overview of this life. See this Herculean effort that I put into things that I believed in. Sorry, I can't keep coughing today. See the heart and love that I put into others in this attempt to awaken them, and see the joys in the fruits of those labors. So, all effort is never a failure. All attempts are not meant to succeed. All things cannot be formed in the manner envisioned, and all outcomes will not feed our ego. Thanks, everyone.